Hello and welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson and I'm so happy to have you here with me this evening. If you're new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to set any requests for your personal healing and well-being, and we're going to get things started off by building a beautiful crystal grid to everyone here. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. Thank you for your ongoing support. If you are watching this as a pre-recorded video, go right ahead and if you'd like to skip ahead to just the healing portion, start your journey at about the 1 hour 15-minute mark or where you see the lights begin to shift. And yeah, join us live sometime. Go ahead and subscribe with your notifications on. And I'm here 5 times a week, same days, same times, every week. So let's go ahead and start saying our hellos to everyone. But before that, if you'd like to learn more about my live online Reiki certification classes, if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you would like to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com to learn more. All right, so let's head on over, see who we have in the chat. Oh, fantastic. So first things first, we're getting started off with our grid. This is a copper spiral. Copper helps to break up energy blockages, get the optimal flow of energy going. The mirror helps to reflect any low vibe energy. We just, kind of keeping good energy housekeeping here. So let's go ahead and say hi to, hey, Violet Integrations. Good to see you. Let's go ahead and see what's going on in the chat here. Awesome. So, intention of attracting the right people and situations and releasing anyone that doesn't serve. That's a beautiful intention. And also happy Friday to you too. So let's go ahead over and pick some crystals for you. Let's see. So, attracting the right people for certain is going to be honey calcite. And here, let me even this out. Hey, there we go. Okay, so honey calcite, releasing what no longer serves. Get some malachite and some yellow calcite. Let's start things off there. So honey calcite is my favorite go-to when you want to attract the right people into your life right here and now. This helps on every aspect of life. This is your neighbors, this is your coworkers, colleagues, friends, romantic interests. It really does set a great groundwork for those relationships we're calling in. It's also helpful for just bringing about a ton of optimism, and it's great for supporting people through their menopause journey too. This is a stone that balances between the sacral and solar plexus chakras, which we're going to get into another stone for that in a moment. But solar plexus is your center of self, personal identity, who you are, where you're going, your wishes, your desires. The sacral is your center of relationships. So it does kind of work for both in that regard. So let's bring in this honey calcite. And as we were talking about chakras, I'm going to bring in yellow calcite. I feel like this can really help you, like when you say releasing anyone and anything that doesn't serve. Yellow calcite really focuses on that solar plexus, that center of self, so that you are setting your priorities based on your desires, your wants, your needs in life. That'll make it a lot easier to kind of set the boundary of what you would like and what you wouldn't like, what you will accept and what you won't. Very helpful for like holding and forming those boundaries interpersonally and larger kind of overall. Helps too with releasing any need for the approval of others. Tons of confidence and optimism in this one too, as well as clearing any blockages around self-identity and who you are and where you want to go. So that is yellow calcite. Also brings a lot of positivity, happiness, and joy. It's a very joy-filled stone. So that's yellow calcite and honey calcite. And the next one I wanted to bring in is malachite. This is a stone that makes it a lot easier to process the really difficult emotional stuff that we've been through, to help us move through it, learn what we need to learn, reconcile what we can, and leave it in the past so we can move forward much more easily. So it's great for that. Also really great for things like insomnia, depression, anxiety. Of course, nothing here is a replacement for anything else. I use crystals, I use Reiki, I meditate, I still use antidepressants because you know what? They work. They let me do all the other things that help me feel better. So whether it's medications, other forms of treatment, everything here is complementary, and it can just complement any kind of treatment you're getting and make it even better. This is also really helpful on the physical for liver, pancreas, spleen, and for inflammation and pain too, especially arthritis. So that is malachite. So all the best to you, Violet Integration. All the best. And Kath, welcome back. It's good to see you. Buddha Crafts. Oh, you lost your dog. I'm so sorry. Yeah, malachite is a good one to help kind of move through that stuff for sure. I understand. I had my cat of 17 years that she passed. It'll be 2 years in a couple of weeks. Still really just right here for sure. I understand. So lots of love to you. Kath, intentions: letting go of anxiety, letting go of control, fostering supportive relationships, and calming the nervous system. I can definitely see a theme forming here too. This honey calcite is definitely going to be supportive for you too. So letting go of anxiety. My favorite anxiety stone is going to be green calcite. This is a stone that helps with bringing in a lot of ease, a lot of calm. Also really superb at releasing the physical tension that we hold in our bodies when we're stressed out or anxious. So it'll kind of unwind the sort of holding on, which ultimately makes the body feel a lot more physically comfortable. Also kind of lightens the mood. It'll bring possibly even a little bit of laughter at your own expense kind of energy, but it is a really reassuring stone. So that is green calcite. Jenny, oh, this is so wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that you're there with the babies. Let's see. Letting go of control, absolutely. Fostering supportive relationships. Definitely the honey calcite helps with those really good relationships. This is helpful for attracting the best people into your life in every aspect of life, one moment to the next. So that's there. Yellow calcite helps with that sense of self and your sense of boundaries and self-identity and who you are, which having that well-defined can help in relationships. Another good relationship stone is carnelian. Carnelian is the relationship stone. It relates to the sacral chakra, which is the absolute relationship center. So it's how you relate to everyone and even the world around you, but all the way down to the most personal one-on-one relationships. And it also covers things from creativity to sexuality and fertility. Also really helpful for colds and allergies, as well as wounds. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring this in. So that is carnelian. So that'll be good for supportive relationships, as well as the yellow calcite. Calming the nervous system too. And letting go of control. Epidote is my favorite stone for just like overall calming the nervous system. This is also a great stone if you struggle with like negative self-talk, like talking down to yourself or bullying yourself. Wonderful for that. Helps with to like just basically an best way to say it is like nervous system reset. It helps too with recovering from illness and injury, and it's thought helpful for the brain. Many folks discuss this as being potentially helpful in cases of Parkinson's and things like that. So again, of course, nothing is a replacement for anything else. So that is Epidote. And let's put these green ones here. So it's just a whole row of calcite. For letting go of control, one of my favorite stones for that is actually amethyst. This is a stone that's often thought of in alignment with like the Serenity Prayer. Letting go of what we can't change, changing the things that we cannot accept, the wisdom to know the difference, very much encompasses all of that. It brings a lot of balance, a lot of connection to spirit, and it's also one that helps you to not sort of kick yourself when you're down. If you're doing any kind of self-improvement work, it helps you pace yourself rather than beat up on yourself. So that's amethyst. I'm actually going to put that right underneath our malachite. So there we go. All the best to you, Kath. Hey, Lila Ray, welcome in. I will get to everybody's request. I'm just going to kind of go down the line. And Jenny, sleep stones for the babies. They are very cute. I can't believe we make other tiny little humans. It's so cool. So for good sleep, amethyst absolutely helps that. Let's also do some labradorite. Definitely good for improved sleep and for clairvoyance, which is our spiritual sight. This can also help with detailed attention to things like if you're doing a lot of very detailed work and it's almost like needle in a haystack to find an error, labradorite. If you're researching a topic, labradorite. Also great for calming disputes. It's wonderful in customer service environments. It's also helpful for harmonizing a workplace as well as enjoying travel as much as possible. So that is labradorite. All the best to you and your family. So happy for you that you're getting to meet your nephews. And M. Buckman, welcome in. Releasing and removing trauma to be able to open to accept positive changes coming in life. Absolutely. You're welcome, Kath. You're absolutely welcome. Gotcha. So let's do... Okay. So definitely good stones for removing and releasing trauma. One of my favorites is tourmalinated quartz. This is black tourmaline going through quartz, any color of quartz. Oftentimes we see it with clear quartz, which I also have, but this actually is just a little bit green, which brings it through the heart-centered energy too. But black tourmaline repels negative energy, and when it's going through quartz, that empowers the black tourmaline even a little bit more. This is thought to help break up old stuck energy. So especially like old stuck energy from old trauma, old injuries, like it's thought to be helpful for scar tissue on the body, in the body, and in the emotions. Also great for grounding and releasing nervous energy too. It's helpful for breaking up even like if you think of like congestion within the body, it's thought to help that to some extent. Great for fortune and luck, and also if anyone's looking for more streams of earning, like streams of revenue, a new job, side gigs, whatever it might be, this is really helpful for that too. But yeah, breaking up that old energy so that you can process it a little easier. So that's tourmalinated quartz. Next is blue mist Lemurian quartz. This is helpful in releasing old pain from this life and previous lives. And a lot of times they're connected. So this helps with things like from your past, like early childhood, all the way through your life, whether it's like last Tuesday or your very first Tuesday of life, it'll cover it, but also throughout all of those other incarnations we may have had. Helps with spiritual self-learning. So as you're going through the healing process, you'll learn about yourself, and also in general, just kind of alleviating a lot of the emotional burden. So that is blue mist Lemurian quartz. So we'll go ahead and put some of these around. And then we've also got the stones of optimism right there. Yellow calcite and honey calcite, wonderful for optimism. And while you're doing a lot of that heavy kind of trauma healing work, red jasper can be really grounding. So this is not only grounding, but also empowerment. This helps with standing up for yourself, fighting injustice, standing up to bullying. Wonderful too for psychic and spiritual protection, as well as depression, fertility, and everything having to do with the root chakra. So that's basic needs, fight or flight kind of stuff, fear and safety kind of themes. So, oops, I must have bumped into this. I'm going to bring that in too. That'll help with kind of grounding as you go through that. So that's red jasper. Okay. All the best to you on your healing path. So glad that you're here. Hey, Goddess of Four, it's great to see you. Let's see. Buddha Crafts, you were drawn to a piece of beautiful copper when you found the malachite. Not sure what I was going to get out of it. Malachite and copper absolutely formed really close together in the ground, as are also along those same, copper and malachite, there's azurite and chrysocolla and a couple others too. But yeah, copper is helpful for breaking up energy blockages, so it's not a bad thing either, but definitely malachite for like moving through really difficult emotions. Yeah. While you're here, I'm also going to throw in case any of that grief is still hanging around. This is jet. Jet is wonderful for grief. This is wood that is fossilized, but it's not traditional fossilized wood where the tree died and through many, many years in the right environment, it slowly turned to stone. This is wood that died very quickly through intense heat, usually a volcano, and transformed into stone. So it's very different, and it deals with grief in that same like sudden ending transition kind of thing. It's very protectful, spiritually speaking, the evil eye, all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to grief, it helps you be in the grief and process it, but also leave it behind and to move through it, so much like malachite, but also helps anyone that's even works in or near or around anyone or any animal that's getting ready to cross. So that's jet. So that's a wonderful grief stone. Okay. And lilac, living in the present rather than ruminating over the past or worry about the future. Gotcha. You're welcome, M. Bucknam. And Catherine, welcome back. Lilac, yeah, living in the present. Definitely a Herkimer. Definitely a theme of letting go of the past today. Definitely a theme. We have found, because some of you are new, that no matter what the day, no matter what the the individual circumstances in our life might make things completely different on one level, when we really boil it down, we're all going through very similar things at similar times. Herkimer is very helpful for being in the present moment. It actually is also really helpful for manifesting, and I feel like being in the present moment is the best way to do that. Rather than constantly looking to the next thing and jumping to it, this helps with like enjoying the now. Yeah, definitely helpful being in the present, but also harmonizing any kind of discordant energy. This is helpful too for balancing metabolism, opening up intuition, relaxation as well. And let's face it, we all could use some more of that. So this is Herkimer diamond. This is double terminated quartz points that are found in the Herkimer, New York region. Hence the name. But they are not related to diamonds at all. I'm actually going to move these over. There we go. And picture jasper. This can help you visualizing the future in a really positive way. It also has a great way of relieving hidden fears, like things you might be afraid of that you're not even aware of. But this helps with definitely like envisioning like future potential. It's like a big picture stone. It's one that you can kind of like pull back and almost like brainstorm all of the great potential. It's wonderful too for like new adventures and new ventures, like starting a new business, that kind of thing, as well as moving abroad or traveling or experiencing new cultures. This can be wonderful for just like getting out of the box in a sense to really envision the future kind of big and bold rather than held back by anything. So I think that this will help. Just trying to keep this grid neat. That looks better. Okay. And we will go ahead and put this near the Herkimer. There we go. So all the best, Lila Ray. Good to see you. Goddess of 4. We've got red tiger eye, selenite, angelite. Aragonite and celestite. Let's start with aragonite. This is a very, very grounding stone. It helps with healing old wounds, as well as finding emotional strength. It's clearing of our energy centers, and it helps speed physical healing. It's very balancing of body, mind, and spirit. It's also thought to balance the hormones. Helps to relieve stress that you hold in your body as tension, so it's very aligned with green calcite in that way. This is also very connected with the root chakra, much like the red jasper, and this is a stone that can help us to connect and deeply activate and balance our Earth Star chakra, which is beneath the root. That center has a lot to do with enacting our soul's purpose, like actually getting up and doing the things we need to do to make those things happen. Very, very grounding and very great at calming an overactive mind too. So that's aragonite, and this is actually a type of calcite that formed on mollusks. So fascinating. Selenite reflects nothing but pure white light. This helps us to connect with our spirit guides, our angels, and our higher self, our highest consciousness. This reflects nothing but pure white light, so it tends to fill an energy with beautiful, fill a space with beautiful energy, and can also even help clear. Ooh, yeah, hey, hello, little fuzzy. Helps to clear the energy of our crystals and stones too. You can just put your stones on selenite for a few hours and it will deeply clear the energy. Oh, hello, little Hattie. Do you want to say hello? Oh, the Wawa. Yes, the purring. You can hang out, you can jump, whatever you want to do. So yeah, I always have a big piece of selenite at the base of the grid every time I do a grid, but I'm also gonna put a piece here. Celestite helps with connection to our angels and spirit guides, as well as just connection to spirit in general. This helps to bring through guidance, wisdom, and advice, and also aids with discernment about the input we're getting. If we're not sure if we're being intuitive, or if it's a fear popping up, or if it's just emotional, or if it's just what we want, this is one that'll help you sort of boil that down and say what's intuition, what's logic, what's emotion. So we'll bring this in, and that again is celestite. Angelite is, as the name would suggest, a stone that helps us to connect to our angels. And it is this beautiful blue. Wonderful for enhancing any experience having to do with sound healing. Very protective and also helpful for bringing in this sense of connection to spirit so that you simply are surrounded by it and aware of it. So that is Angelite. And I've got red tiger, but let me just see how we're doing here. Hey Chris, welcome in. Good to see you. Is jet black onyx? No, it's actually a different stone entirely. Jet is fossilized wood, and black onyx is a different type of stone. But black onyx has a lot of overlap, especially in regards to grief. So that's an excellent grief stone too. Other ones too, bloodstone can be helpful. Green onyx is also really helpful for like the sadness side of grief. Yeah. But yeah, both of them are wonderful for grieving. So let's go ahead and bring up next. Hey Jen, good to see you. And so Goddess of Four, red tiger eye, gotcha. Oh, and we've got amethyst already. Red tiger eye is fantastic for warding off bullies, people that would pick on you, get in your way, essentially try to disrupt things, whether it's on the mundane side of life or if it's like malevolent spiritual work. Either way, this is very helpful. It's also great for manifesting financial abundance in a hurry. So that is red tiger eye. And you also requested kunzite. Pink kunzite is a very high vibrational stone of the heart center. Whenever I hold this, I always feel like I can almost see out of the corner of my eye the Kuan Yin, who is extremely compassionate, the bodhisattva who hears the suffering of the world kind of thing. And this is a stone that helps you expand your heart center and the love you can hold. It helps to remind you and or teach you that you are a divine manifestation of love. Everything is love and we're a part of everything, and helps to also move through a lot of deep emotional pain from a very spiritual level. So that is very much like heart and crown, that stone. So that is pink kunzite. And yep, so glad you are here, Goddess of Four. Jennifer, intentions of love, positive life changes, work-life balance, amplification of connection to spirit. Absolutely. Hey, Jenny. Let's see. Oh, Catherine, your dog got a splinter. Oh. Okay. I'll definitely bring in some leopard skin jasper for your fur baby too. Yeah. Oh. And Hattie's already asleep in my lap. So let's do love, positive life changes. Definitely picture jasper I would bring in if it wasn't already there, Jen. For love, I'm going to bring in, to start us off, some beautiful moonstone. This helps to attract love. It's also incredibly helpful for intuition, connection to spiritual learning, very protective of women, and also learning like well woman and wise woman traditions. It's also very connected to the lunar cycle, so any kind of moon magic you're doing, this can really support it. Very much also connection to and trust of divine timing, especially when it's not in alignment with our own personal idea of timing. But yeah, also very protective of those who travel. So that is moonstone. And another good stone for love is already here. It's carnelian, and another is ruby. This is all about love, fertility, but also courage to be yourself. And believe it or not, management and leadership skills. It's all of the above. This is raw ruby. Yeah, very powerful stone. Lots of love energy in it. So let's go ahead and place that on top of our moonstone. Go. Awesome. And work-life balance. This Capricorn doesn't know what that is. Let's see. Bring in some garnet. So I'm going to bring in garnet. This can be really helpful for things like basically organization behind getting things done. This is a stone that helps us to get really practical about how we do our tasks and making the most of them. How do we get this done? How do we get all the things done in the most sustainable way, respective of time, resources, etc. Also great for just organization in general, courage and creativity. And it's great for strength in times of change. So all of the above there. So that's garnet. And I feel like tiger eye is a good bet. Reason being, tiger eye can be wonderful for strength and in particular balance. And definitely when it comes to work-life balance, I think this helps. And I happen to know Jen. Definitely check out Jen's channel, by the way, everyone. Jen is also an entrepreneur. She has her own crystal shop and sells all kinds of other cool things too, like different types of oils, and her grid activation spray is amazing. So yeah, but overall, tiger eye is very protective. It also helps to protect against specifically things like envy and jealousy. This is not only strength and balance, but also it's the entrepreneur stone. So I think that it really kind of hits a lot of things for you. It's great for big picture thinking. So this will also help with everyone that had that sort of, I feel like picture Jasper. That sounds like me. This is also really helpful for that kind of like broad-eyed vision of how all the different pieces fit together. It helps to break up that, not being able to see the forest for the trees kind of thing. But yeah, also good for study and research too, alongside labradorite. There we go. And for connection to spirit, Jen was kind enough to gift us from her store, Belladonna Botanicals. Go ahead and Google that. This is apophyllite. And again, this is a fairly new gift to us. So I'm going to go ahead and look up some background on it. So let's go ahead and bring that in. So that's apophyllite. And so apophyllite, and I'm reading this, by the way, from the complete book of, the Complete Crystal Handbook by Cassandra Eason. And this is apophyllite. So physical benefits, good for asthma, the lungs in general, allergies, respiratory issues. Very third eye related. Bringing it close to the third eye center to make you feel whole and retrieve what you unwisely but in love have given away of your identity to others. That sounds beautiful. Apophyllite helps with, let's see, connection with beings of other dimensions, from your spirit animals, power animals, to your spirit guides. Helps you connect with your spirit guides and angels, aids connection. Very empowering. Very calming. So I feel like that can help. I know it very much empowers psychic ability and intuition. So we'll bring that in. So that's apophyllite. So apophyllite here. Go ahead and pop those in. And another stone I wanted to bring in to help amplify your intuition and your psychic gifts is sapphire. This is exceptional for channeling, as well as mediumship, connection to your angels, your spirit guides, all of the above. This is also a wonderful stone for connection to justice, especially speedy justice. Helps to support the thyroid, eyes, and ears. It's thought to support folks with dementia, and it's also great for envisioning potential good outcomes when things are looking a little sus. So that is sapphire. So we'll put that right behind apophyllite. So thank you, Jen. I hope that's helpful. All the best to you. Your dog, Catherine, your dog's a Reiki dog now. Every time I have a session, he sniffs me and wants me to pet him. Once animals know you can do Reiki, they want it all the time. Absolutely. Anytime I'm giving myself Reiki, the cats jump right up on me. Anytime they know I'm here, I can be sitting here all day and they'll just be nearby. But once they know it's getting close to Reiki time, they have to be near me. They know. I actually volunteered in an animal shelter right before opening my business, doing Reiki for over a year, and it definitely deepened my Reiki, and I think it taught me more about Reiki than all of my trainings put together. It's just, with animals, you're not worrying about explaining it. It's just there, and it's very apparent. So, yeah. So we'll bring this in. Okay. Communication with your guides, people who are important to you, money manifestation, headache, and patience. So let's do rhodochrosite, citrine, patience is dumortierite. And I'm also going to bring in leopard skin jasper. This helps with connection to our animals and animal guides, as well as healing for our fur babies. It's also a really helpful stone for anything that's impacting the skin, and it helps with attracting our soulmate relationships. So we'll bring this in. So that is leopard skin jasper. Next is rhodochrosite. And rhodochrosite is really helpful for quite a number of things. It'll be helpful for Jenny's family because it's wonderful for mother and baby bonding. It's also helpful for telepathy and connection to ancestors as well as our deceased animals. So this might be relevant to some of us here tonight. This is also really helpful for asthma as well as stress headache. So rhodochrosite for that. Dumortierite helps with patience as well as releasing anger and frustration. On the physical healing level, it's great for ligaments and tendons, but it's also wonderful for standing up for yourself and for generally cultivating new tendencies around organization and general tidiness. So that is dumortierite, yet another gift from Belladonna's Botanicals. So we'll go ahead and bring this in. Let's see here. There we go. And citrine for financial abundance. I don't think a day goes by where this isn't in the grid, and for good reason. Citrine is a powerful money manifester, can help you attract financial abundance. It's wonderful for things like balancing logic with intuition for really well-rounded and balanced thoughts and decisions. Helps with making those good decisions, especially in regards to finances. And it's supportive of addictions and compulsions. So that is citrine. Natural citrine is this sort of orangey brown. The baked amethyst sold as citrine is like a bright yellow that you can see right through. And communication with your guides and people important to you. So we've got all the guide stones in there. Let's bring about some sodalite to help with communication. This is communication and expression, and sodalite is just really powerful for that. So when it comes to creativity, a beautiful stone is carnelian. We just used that today. This can work along with it to help us express our truth really easily and really well. It helps to, this is another stone that can help ground impulses, by the way. It's also great for homesickness. But when it comes to like expressing who we are, whether it's vocally, verbally, or painting, or writing, or performing, singing, dancing, music, whatever it might be, it helps us to bring ourselves out. So that's sodalite. So let's see. Some sodalite there. And also I'm going to throw in some blue lace agate. This is helpful for everything from sore throat to skin allergy, to tension headache. It's another good headache stone, but it's also great at helping to express difficult emotions, like things that are hard for us to say, and it helps to soften when we're saying something that someone else might find difficult to hear. It's also good for arthritis and fractures. So that is blue lace agate. So lots of love to you, Catherine. Hey, T, I hope you're doing well. Aw, been a tough week. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad you're here. Let's get some of Chris's requests. So we've got, let's see, we need some rose quartz, some rutilated, some dropped one. Emerald. Yeah, let's start there. So lapis is really helpful for pain and inflammation, and also for kind of growing yourself into, well, not into, but growing our sense of integrity. This is open, honest communication, but it's also like truth, honesty. It's meeting our commitments, living up to the things we've promised. This is helping to be more organized. It helps us to take personal responsibility. It's wonderful too for inner ear stuff like hearing loss, as well as balance and coordination and vertigo. So we'll bring it in. It's also really helpful for career improvement. It looks very similar to lapis, but lapis does not have any pyrite in it, where lapis does. And that's the easiest way to tell them apart. Next is rutilated. This is a great stone for physical energy, especially if you feel really depleted, and for mental focus. So this is a stone that's thought to help focus energy where it's most needed, and for that reason it's been thought of as a beautiful gift for anyone going through cancer treatments. Like, I hope you have all the energy you need, and that everything you're doing, all the treatments you're getting, go to where they're most helpful. So that is rutilated quartz. Let's put these here. Iolite is helpful for intuition and balancing intuition too. It's helpful for clairvoyance or spiritual sight, so shamanic work, visionary meditation, divination, scrying, all of that kind of stuff, but also helps when we are finding it difficult to sleep because intuitive things are or energetic stuff is keeping us awake. Wonderful too for money management, fever, and weight loss if you have such an intention. So we'll bring this in, and we'll bring it in right here. Rose quartz we're all very familiar with. So rose quartz helps our heart center to recalibrate to a sense of, rather than deprivation and sort of lack, it helps us to expand our heart center and think about what we would like in our lives, but also that we are worthy of it, we deserve it, and that it is out there, it exists. So it can really shift very limited types of thinking in regards to love, unconditional love, and what is possible. Also just wonderful for depleting a very empty heart center. Like if you feel like your heart is kind of just broken, this is another like lovely supportive balm of a type for that. Emerald is very helpful for reinvigorating our passions for life and for supporting our upper respiratory system. The entire cardiopulmonary system is benefited by this. Wonderful for also giving us back some confidence about our appearance, especially things that we're particularly tender about, sensitive about, maybe things that we were picked on, but also healing skin and tissue. So that is emerald. that right behind our citrine. And blue apatite. So this is good for our relationship to food, and yes, it is hilarious that it is called blue apatite and it has to do with our relationship to food. This is helpful for weight loss and weight gain and anything having to do with food and diet and how that works in your life, the role that food plays, and just reapproaching our whole relationship with it. Also helpful for finding courage on your soul's path and even learning more about your soul's path. Helps too with strengthening our energy field, our auric field, so we're less likely to take on the energy of others. And it can be wonderful in general with harmony and peace. So we'll bring in blue apatite. Put that in right behind, oops. Put that in right behind emerald. And I will get back to any of yours that I haven't picked up yet. But so far we've got carnelian is out, moonstone, herkimer, rutilated sapphire, iolite, garnet, green aventurine. I'll put that out. So green aventurine helps to expand the way that we see ourselves. This helps us expand our goals, what we feel like we're even capable of. So it keeps us from making really short-sighted goals about ourselves and our potential. Also great for heart rhythms, allergies, eye problems, and even fertility. So that is green aventurine. There we go. There we go. Green aventurine. Awesome. And hey, JS, I hope you're doing well too. And Joanna, lots of love. T, emotional support and general energy needed. Please, it's been a tough week. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Lots of good emotional support. I'm just trying to think what jumps out. I feel like blue calcite is warranted today. This is one of my emotional first aid kind of stones. And so I often bring it out when things are really intense, but this also does some other things that I think are very much in alignment with a lot of the requests today. So this is definitely good for soothing emotional pain, especially pain that you might struggle to verbalize. And it helps with bringing healing, revelations, and deep clarity as well. It's also helpful for decision making, especially when you're still healing emotionally and it's really challenging. But it also is great for that. A lot of the emotional expression stones were coming out, so I feel like this could be really helpful with emotional support, but also for those things that we can't even find words for. This can help still bring it out and express it. So we'll bring that in. That's blue calcite. And I'm also going to bring in bloodstone. This is another really potent emotional healing stone. In addition to helping with really intense emotions. This can help with our feeling of safety and security if that emotional distraught kind of shakes our very foundation. So it's another stuff hits the fan kind of emotional stone. So again, this is bloodstone, which also goes by the name heliotrope. It's generally a really dark green with just tiny hits of red jasper in it. And that's what I mean by it works with the heart. It really helps ground the heart, and it helps with that root chakra element of, oh my goodness, my whole world seems to be just shifting beneath my feet. It's also wonderful for just like lifting despair, bringing a lot of emotional perseverance, it can help a lot with quieting self-doubt and bringing up your self-esteem, while also being helpful at quieting the mind, especially during meditation, or like if you just keep having like your mind just keeps spinning. So that is bloodstone or heliotrope. Let's see. Yeah, we'll put that here. No, we'll put that behind the lapis. So that is bloodstone, aka heliotrope. And I also feel to bring in zoisite for you. Zoisite helps with releasing negativity and also with encouraging you through setbacks, encouraging you to face all the different challenges that pop up, especially if it feels like there's all of these obstacles in the way. It helps you to gently go one challenge after the next. But yeah, it helps to break apathy, sluggishness, or just that freeze of like, I'll never get there. This also can help us to reconnect with nature, so that can really almost be a little bit of a reset for us. So that's zoisite. So let's see where we can put you. I know where. Put some zoisite right there. Okay, cool. And lots of love to you, T. In general energy, we have rutilated, which definitely helps with energy. Let's also bring in a little bit of bumblebee jasper. This has quite big amounts of sulfur as well as arsenic, so definitely be a little careful with it. It's great for physical energy and vitality, as well as mental acuity, mental focus, and motivation and drive. This is one that helps to bring about a lot of confidence, motivation, positivity in general, but also can help with empowering manifestation, wanting to get involved in things rather than just kind of self-isolate. And yeah, helps to balance yin and yang in the body as well. So that is, but yeah, physical energy for sure. So that is bumblebee jasper. So lots of love to you. JS, I hope you are well too. Let's see. Joy and hope for the future and finding a place of your own. So we've got tourmalinated quartzes out there, and we've got finding a place of your own and envisioning a good future. Picture jasper is in there too. So let's see what else we have for like, yeah, let's do a good one for hope is snowflake obsidian. This can be really helpful when it comes to reorganizing our patterns to be more optimal and beneficial. Very, very helpful for hope, especially hope after loss, but any kind of serenity, peace, hope. This really holds a space. Wonderful too for processing feelings around guilt, as well as calming overstimulation and in general balancing body, mind, and spirit. So that is snowflake obsidian. So let's go ahead and bring this guy in. There we go. And for, it's good to see you again, Joanna. Let's see. And Joanna, I put, there's some jet in there, so I think that might help you too. And let's see. Another one that comes to mind for you, Dalmatian jasper. This is a good one for energy clearing. So this is much like we talked about tourmalinated quartz being quartz with black tourmaline going through it. This is jasper with black tourmaline going through it. And black tourmaline, again, breaks up and like repels negative energy. This going through this stone helps to deep clear our energy field, almost like it's sending the tourmaline through our energy field to break up and move out what doesn't need to be there. This can be really helpful for bringing about cooperation, like themes around that, but also breaking up things around like cynicism or jadedness or like, oh my gosh, yeah, again, that kind of like already programmed to think it's not going to happen or it's not possible. This can help break that old energy up so that you can kind of feel ready for the next opportunity. Also really helpful for things like IBS, Crohn's, any kind of digestive issue. It's thought helpful. So that's Dalmatian jasper. Let's go ahead and do that here and here. And there. So I think that that can help. And we also have red jasper, which can really help with the grounding and stuff too. So let's see. And I missed one from Chris. Let's bring in some pre-night. Pyrite. Pyrite is fool's gold, and we like to think that it helps bring in the real stuff. It can be really a good omen for calling in financial abundance. Also helpful for spiritual protection, while also boosting and opening up intuition, helping us to hear what is coming through, but also having a good boundary. Wonderful for the brain and memory, as well as the lungs. Helpful in dealing with fever, and also it's thought to be helpful in some cases for the side effects of radiation treatment. So let's go ahead and bring this in. There we go. Okay. And I think we got us all. I think we did. So now is the time where I do my thing where I explain what Reiki is, a little of how it works, how to get the most out of the session, and if you wouldn't mind helping me lift the energy of where you are at and the energy of the space that we're all sharing, go ahead and head on into that chat, click the live chat button, hit the like button if you haven't already, please, and go ahead and share anything you're grateful for, anything at all, whatever you're comfortable sharing. If you're already comfy, cozy, if you're already like kind of chill, if you're watching this as a pre-recorded video, just go ahead, take a deep breath in and out, and just think of the things that you're grateful for. That will powerfully lift the energy. After this quick explanation, we're going to get into our Reiki session. So let's go on ahead forward. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. If you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description below, as are all of my social media and my email newsletter. Definitely give me a follow on TikTok if you haven't already. I'm trying to build my following there so that I can simul-stream what we're doing over on TikTok and ultimately just help some more folks with some great Reiki energy. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki has become more or less like a catch-all term for energy healing in the West, but specifically I work with what's known as Usui Reiki. This is one particular approach of connecting to that energy that was created by Mikao Usui in the early 1920s of Japan. This is a really difficult time in Japanese history, and if you were even suspected of teaching religion or any aspect of it, it was not a good thing. So this made this particular approach completely deeply spiritual, yet completely secular, which is exactly why it's such a powerful modality for us here in the West that we can kind of jump right into it. So the very concept of what energy is at the foundation of Usui's practice, for that we're best to look at Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everyone and everything is thought to be interconnected, and spirit, however you define it, would be supplying the spiritual energy that we have that powers our life force. It's thought that everyone has this energy flowing through them, and everything has this energy flowing through them, whether we realize it or not, and that our body, mind, and spirit are working with this energy all the time to bring us into the greatest sense of balance and healing that we can moment to moment. So essentially what I'll be doing today is connecting to this energy that is already connected to and flowing through you, and I'll essentially be directing more of it to you, where your body, mind, and spirit will take over and apply it in the ways that are in your best healing good. Spiritually guided soul energy is more of a literal definition of Reiki, so that might help shine a little bit more light on it too. So during the session, you may feel some physical sensations, you may have some emotions rise up or get released. Mentally, you may be able to kind of logic through some things you've been challenging with, you've been challenged by recently, or you may find just a better sense of connection to your subconscious. Spiritually, you may get some deep clarity, some revelations or intuitions, and also on a physical level, you may just have a really wonderful nap. At the same time, you'll probably have some perfect combination of all of the above as it is meant for you this evening. The most important thing to know is that there's nothing you have to do and nothing that will impair the Reiki. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent or clear. Although you may find it helpful to just find a comfortable position to sit or lay down and close your eyes. Go ahead, grab that blanket if you want to, and just enjoy. At the same time, if you feel like you want to move, stretch, bend, do some yoga, journal, play some music, make some crafts, whatever feels right to you, that's the way to spend this particular time. I will send this healing to you whenever and wherever you happen to be for 25 minutes. During which time you'll see the lights move and shift through several different colors. At no point will they flash or strobe. They will move slowly, and I will turn the music up. If you enjoy the music you're hearing, check out the bottom of the description. You can see the link for our musical creator, and you can learn more about her there. Additionally, during this session, know that Reiki, unlike people, can be in multiple places at any given time. So no matter where you are in the world and no matter when you're watching this video, the energy will be there for you. I'm here live 5 times a week, same days, same times, every week. You're always welcome to join. And at the same time, if you ever need a session and I'm not live, go ahead to the Past Healing live stream playlist. Pick any old video. You can even zip ahead to the healing portion and just enjoy whenever you need it most. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with all of you and to share this energy with all of you, and I thank you so much for being here. So after the 25-minute session, I will be able to re-engage with chat. You'll hear my voice come in, invite you to come back to your body, and then I'll be able to answer any of your questions and hear any of your experiences. So let's dive on in and get into this session. Oop, that's not what I wanted. Hang on one moment. That looks more like it. Let's move me down here. Wonderful. And let's do this. Even more wonderful. So there we go. Now we're good and centered. Okay, maybe I will move me back up. There we go. So go ahead, get comfy cozy. I'm going to turn that music up. I hope that you have a beautiful session. Thank you so much for being here and for inspiring this beautiful grid. And one last thing before we go in, I want to put something in the center here. Let's see what wants to come out. How about some more rose quartz? Yeah, let's put some rose quartz right in the middle there. Okay, enjoy your session. invite you now to take a deep breath in and out at your own pace. Slowly come back. If you need to move your fingers and toes, you can. And you can come back to the room that you're in. Thank you so much for being here with me this evening. It's an honor and a privilege to share this with all of you. Hope you all are feeling much better. It's been a rough couple of weeks, seriously, for all of us. But when we all come together and focus on doing what we can, it's a big difference. No, it was not an easy week. Heart, it's wonderful to see you. Chris, you're so welcome. Thank you so much for showing up, being so consistent. Appreciate you. You're so welcome, Joanna. I hope all is well. You're welcome, M. Bucknam. Come back anytime. I'm here 5 times a week, same days, same times every week. So you can always stop in. But an honor that you came by. Yes, Heart, I'm around tomorrow after 4. Yeah, I'm teaching Reiki 1 this weekend. So yeah, I'll be around after 4. You're welcome, T. And Joanna, thank you for that. Lots of love to you too. Next stream is Sunday at 8 p.m. East Coast US time as normal. So everybody hit that like button on the way out if you haven't already, and the subscribe button for sure. And thank you for inspiring this beautiful grid. Thank you, Heart. Can I send you the name of this song? Absolutely I can. Let me look it up right after the stream is over. Yeah, the Relaxation Station. She's wonderful. Love her channel. You can also stream her channel throughout the day and just like listen to the music. I do that sometimes. Her music is really, really lovely. And I love that I'm able to like support another artist by buying songs from her rather than paying a monthly membership to like songs in a box that some people can play on stream. Yeah, it's a whole thing, like getting I have to purchase the rights to use music during the stream, and additionally it has to be something where it's royalty free, so I'm not having to pay them again every time someone watches the stream. So it's, yeah, luckily she makes it easy. Yes, prayer for peace. And thank you, Joanna. I wish you all a wonderful evening wherever you happen to be, and I hope all of you are doing well. I will put the stream up for Sunday ASAP. This way, if you can't make it but want me to put some attention to you, just go ahead into the live stream and just type it in whenever. Yeah, you can definitely purchase some of her songs through her website. She's really got some beautiful music. Some of it's a little bit like almost too upbeat for us, but it's beautiful for listening to around the house. She's a hypnotherapist too, I think. Yeah, just being able to support another actual artist and not like there's different types of subscription models where you can always stream music in the background, but you don't really have a ton of control over what's coming through. And, you know, it's, I'd much rather like support an actual musician. Are you stretching? Somebody's reaching up for some Reiki hands. Yeah. You're welcome, Nicole. It's good to see you. Lots of love to you. Yeah. All right, Chris, you have a good evening too. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here with an abundance of gratitude. Thank you for being here. Lots of love to all of you. Take care. I hope to see you again soon, and bye for now.